Hey Jimmy, I'm Adam Grossbach from the Orange County Register. Welcome to LA.
Thanks, man.
So I'm just kind of curious how this process whole played out. When did the Rams first contact you? What were those conversations like?
It's been a crazy process. The free agency, it went the way I thought it was going to. I had a couple different options. Rams came in about midway through and fell in love with the place, man. They're straight to the point, very professional, which I appreciated, and there's no messing around. So excited to be here, man. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, what for you was the appeal of this, signing?
It was a combination. I mean, obviously, good players all around. That's a big part of it. Talking to Sean on the phone, him just running me through offense and things that he had in mind. It really became appetizing, and I know a lot of the coaches here, so a lot of familiarity in that aspect. And then, having played against the Rams a lot in my career, I've seen a lot of good things from LA.
You entered free agency for the first time last year. What did you learn from that process that kind of informed your process this time around?
Just gotta have a little patience, I think. Everyone's trying to slow play you, do this and that, and you really just have to kind of sit back and let the chips fall as they may. Especially with my situation, just letting other guys fall into place and then finding my spot here in Los Angeles. Things have really worked out, and so I'm happy about it. Glad to be here.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy, Greg Beecham with the AP. Nice to see you, man.
Hey.
Hey, what's your relationship like with Sean? He's a guy that's spoken very highly of you for 7 years, basically. What has been your connection with him? How much do you know him, and how much are you excited to work with him?
Real excited. We've talked a bunch after games. Last year when I was with the Raiders, got to practice here against the Rams. We talked after a couple of those practices. He's always just been a very perceptive guy. He sees a lot of things, sees it very well, sees it for what it is. And that's a big part of, how I got here. I think he had a vision, talked me through it, really just explained what he saw my role as. And just his football knowledge, I've heard it from so many different players and coaches, but to be here firsthand and get to experience it, that's what I'm really excited about.
And how about Matthew Stafford? How well do you know him? What do you think of him as a quarterback? What stands out to you as another guy in the profession, learn and, similar colleagues?
I got to meet Matt a couple times, obviously, after we played. But yeah, similar to Sean, after last year's practice and training camp against these guys, we got to sit and talk for a minute. Matt was really cool, normal, down-to-earth guy, Super Bowl champion. I think that speaks for itself, and his arm talent, I don't think it gets enough credit, but I think people are, starting to notice that. So I'm excited to work with him, learn from him, and all that good stuff.
Thanks, Jimmy. See you soon.
Yep.
Stu?
Hey, Jimmy. Stu Jackson with TheRams.com. Nice to meet you and welcome to LA.
Thank you.
So, beyond McVay, what else is the extent of the familiarity with the coaching staff, and how does that help you with this transition as you're making it?
There's pieces from everywhere. There's a couple coaches from when I was in New England. We got Jerry and Kaylee. Michael LaFleur was with me in San Francisco. There's a bunch of different connections there, but really, it's just going to make the process of relearning this offense a little easier, I think. I know the language. I could kind of speak the language, have to refresh the memory a little bit, but having those guys to lean on, I think will really do me well.
And then as far as, what your role is going to be this year, was that something that was, difficult at all for you to accept? Or how did you kind of approach that as you went into free agency and kind of weighed your options and things like that?
That was part of the being patient thing that I was talking about earlier. Just, with my situation, obviously with the suspension, it is what it is. But I think the other quarterbacks kind of fell into place and things really worked out well. There was a couple different options, but once the Rams came in, started talking to Sean on the phone and really picking his brain, that was a cool moment. That was when it really started to click. I was like, this is becoming more and more real. I obviously love the area, starting to experience it a little bit being out here. Can't really beat this at all, but it's just a bunch of those little things coming together. I think talking to Sean on the phone really sealed the deal, though.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Gary?
Hey, Jimmy, Gary Klein from the Los Angeles Times. Welcome to Los Angeles.
Thanks.
You've enjoyed inordinate amount of success against the Rams, especially during the regular season. What was it? Why were you able to, have such great success against them? Do you think over the years?
Just lucky, I guess. No, I don't know. I don't know. And we had some battles, man. I can remember in San Francisco, just we'd go into those games. The teams were so similar, similar offenses, similar players. So it was really always a dogfight against these guys. And that's, I don't know, having gone against them for so many years, I knew how good this defense was, how good, the offense could put up points. It was a good situation, man. That was a big part of my decision. I just wanted to find a good situation, good people around. And I think I found it here.
And you mentioned, your suspension as it is what it is. Can you shed any light on how that came about and how you plan to kind of handle at the outset of the season?
Just take it in stride, I guess. I'd never really been in this situation before, so it's a weird one, but it is what it is. I think attack OTAs, attack training camp, and let those first 2 games pass by. Hopefully we'll get some dubs and start off 2-0 and keep things moving. But it's just one of those situations. It is what it is. You got to deal with it and just keep moving on and stay positive.
Thanks very much.
Yep.
And then we'll wrap. Eric and Jordan.
Hey, Jimmy, Eric Williams with Fox Sports. Nice to meet you. 2 questions. You mentioned the suspension, the fact that the conversation with Sean McVay kind of sealed the deal for you coming to Los Angeles. How do you view this opportunity, and do you still see yourself as the starting quarterback in the league?
The opportunity, I couldn't be more thankful for it, more grateful. Just I'm excited to learn from these guys. I mean, there's some great offensive minds here. The little bit that I've been talking to today, it's exciting. And after that, I think just getting back in the swing of things, getting on the field, getting with the guys, meeting the new teammates. I think that's going to be a big part of it. I don't know many of the guys here yet. Got to meet a couple of them in the training room earlier. Seemed like good down to earth dudes. So it's just about getting in rhythm with those guys. I know myself as a player. I know where I stand. So it's things will work themselves out.
And then one last quick one. There was a lot of quarterback movement in free agency. What are your thoughts on that? A lot of guys that were starters are now going to be backup like yourself. What are your thoughts on just kind of that movement?
I mean, the league's a crazy thing, man. It's see what happened to Joe Flacco last year. I mean, the guy was sitting on a couch and then he comes out and goes on the run he did. So the quarterback thing, it's a weird thing in this league. It's really about when you do get your opportunity to play, you got to take advantage of it. You got to play well and play well early, especially as a young guy. And I think that's a big part of it. Everyone wants to be so quick to pull the trigger on guys nowadays with social media and whatnot, but you just have to know who you are and where you stand in the quarterback rankings and just be yourself, man. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Hi, Jimmy. This is Jordan Rodriguez with The Athletic, Los Angeles. Welcome back to Los Angeles. I wondered, we have asked you about your suspension. There's a lot of reporting around it. Wondering if you have any clarity on just what happened.
I mean, just messed up the TUE, really. That was, I hate to joke about it, but just messed up the TUE when I first got to Las Vegas. And bad timing, I guess.
And then you have been on quite a journey over the last couple of years in terms of your career and then the injuries and all of that. What has that been like for you? And are you feeling like coming here is a bit of a reset or a fresh start for you?
Yeah, I think, the injuries are what they are. It's the NFL. Everyone's going to get hurt at some point. You just have to bounce back from them and, be the same person. But, I'm excited to start this new journey. It's, I don't know exactly what is in store for me, but yeah, maybe reset, reinvent, whatever you want to call it. I'm just excited to get back on the football field and start slinging around with some new guys. So it's, I love football. I love going out there with the guys. I love every bit of it. So I'm just excited to get back out there and start throwing again.
And when you were talking with Sean, I mean, obviously it's no secret that Baker came here, had a little bit of a reinvention, and then Carson as well. Did you look kind of from afar at what was happening, or did you and Sean sort of revisit that as this being a space where the Rams sort of have a process in place for experienced players coming in and playing that backup role?
I definitely have seen it from afar. I mean, what Baker did was that was tremendous, incredible. And so and Sean's a phenomenal offensive mind, and a lot of the guys around here are. And I think that plays a big part in, you know, reinventing whatever you want to call it, a quarterback, having good people around you. You know, you have to. It's not all going to be done by you. You got to have the people around you to put you in a good position, call the right plays, all those little things. And yeah, I saw this opportunity and I got excited. It just seemed right.